One coming into your life.
Hey! Welcome to Tech Wars!
We're back. Well, I'm back.
You're back, and we did a swap. It was the Hunter and Michael show.
Right.
And now it's the Hunter and Dina show.
Right. So are you gonna?
So we upgraded.
Oh, did we? No, because Michael's still here.
Oh, is this Michael?
This is Michael today.
He's looking a little empty.
No, it's about right.
It's about right.
It's about right. He still has his snazzy little.
He looks good.
Look at that. Yeah, looking good, man.
He looks good.
Yeah.
So on today's show, sorry, Mike. Well, actually, Mike's going to call in a little bit with some information. He's at a special convention this weekend.
Yeah.
Which we'll hear hopefully about in a little bit. But today we're going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. We got a new direct yesterday, a 30-minute direct with a ton of new information. So we've got that coming up. Dina, what's on your agenda for today?
So for today, I had a random stroke of good luck. Some friends of mine found a brand new dress form that was just on the side of the road, fully in like the plastic wrap and everything. So somewhat our Michael that we're going to have here is actually a dress form we're going to talk about for some sewing purposes, so you guys can understand about taking commissions or sizing, or sometimes you just need an extra body to fill the costume. That just makes it easier to fit whatever the world you're making.
So you got this for free?
Full free. Free 99.
Free 99.
Free 99, yes.
Only available at your local side of your highway.
Exactly, yeah. It could have been a bomb or a dress form, and I got pretty lucky.
That's worth the risk.
Exactly.
You're like, this could be something cool
50,
for cosplay.
Do it for the cosplay.
So tell me a little bit about this. So getting it for free, I imagine, is a big deal. How much does one of these cost?
So this one is a Singer dress form. So if you guys aren't familiar with any kind of like sewing equipment, majority of the big companies out there are like Brother or White Lock or other
they make great printers.
Exactly. Well, yeah. Machines in general. So
okay.
So this is this is pretty much a piece of equipment you can use. It's completely optional. You don't have to. So we're gonna lift her shirt up a little bit to kind of show off the goods here a little. Oh, I know, so indecent. This is as indecent as we get here.
Let me get my wallet out.
Oh, please. There ain't no background music or nothing. Here,
I know.
Now it's a burlesque show. Take the shirt.
Oh
no, don't sniff it. You never sniff it. It just smells like sweat and regret. Anyway.
As they usually do.
So as you can see, Singer model up here. I have one at home that you've probably seen if you've watched my videos. You've seen me work with the same thing. This one's a little bit larger than the one that I have. So these little dials up here will actually have your measurements on there. So say that the measurements, you have a 42-inch bust and let's say about 33-inch waist. You know, usually each person is built a little bit differently. So these little dials will have your actual measurements on here. So you squeeze in the clasp and then you adjust it to whatever size it is. And then you keep it going throughout. So say like if you are about like a 42 inches in bust, but it's not quite there, you can make some of them not quite as large. But as you can see, it'll actually expand the dress form so it fits a larger size. You can even go up to the neck and it opens up the whole neck side. And same thing with your hips, and it expands quite a bit too. And my Singer at home has lasted me, I want to say almost 10 years. No, not 10 years. I want to say a little less.
So you get your
than
money's worth with these things.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if you take care of it.
They're not disposable cheapos that you just throw out and buy a new one.
Exactly.
Okay.
So as you can see, as we're like building it up, you can see it's opening up more and more, so you can actually get quite a lot of use out of it for just.
So you can like adjust every nook and cranny to be stupid precise.
Exactly. So say if you're working with someone who has a larger bust or like a weird hip, so you can make it, you know, really tiny hips and larger bust. And
interesting.
Exactly. So you just kind of keep it going throughout, and it's an extremely handy tool, especially if you're not really used to making your own costumes or you want to start commissioning for other people and they're not the similar body size. The other way to do this is to steal a friend and have them put on the garment and you just kind of pull it in and hope that it fits. Because as someone who's done a commission before, if someone says, yeah, I'm about 36 inches in my waist, and you go to make it and they are definitely not 36 inches, it looks bad on you. So it's a lot easier to take someone's measurements and then do something like this on your own. So, or at least see, like, you know, if they say it is a 42-inch size garment and you put it on and it's not, you can see where you can adjust it using one of these. So, super handy tool. Another thing is it does, towards the bottom, we can't really see because the table and all that, but it is adjustable, so you can move it higher and lower. Great for hems. You can see where, like, if you have a long gown, where it's going to hang on the floor based on your height. And it also has this hand, I don't see if I can bring it up. It also has like this handy tool. It's like a hemming tool. I don't know if you can, there it is. So you can kind of see it this way. Boop. But say if your dress is coming right about to the bottom here, you tighten this up and actually you can clamp it here and that'll be your hem and you just bring it around. It makes a perfect circle for like a circle skirt. So yeah, no, they are extremely handy. If you've never used them before, I highly recommend it. And it's also a great place to store your pins if you don't want to just have them on hand. You just stick a whole bunch of pins in it.
It gives me something to spoon with at night as I cry myself to sleep.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. You've been very handy.
I'm just so lonely.
Let's see if we can get the real Mike. I don't know if he's on standby yet or not. He's probably not, the little lazy bastard that he is.
Oh.
He won't.
He never calls.
Our producer's like, he ain't gonna call in.
They never call.
But he's off partying at FetishCon.
Yeah, he is, which is in either Clearwater or St. Pete,
St. Pete area.
Yeah.
So that's what he's
Down by
he's
the
probably
water.
running around with a couple of these this week. And
Exactly.
God,
He might come home with his own cold body.
Oh, God only knows what's gonna happen with him.
That's gonna just
So
a great
let's-
visual. That's just such a good visual.
On to not disgusting things. Let's talk about Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I
Because-
appropriately brought out my Super Smash Bros. Shirt today. Appropriately.
And can you believe we're still 4 months away
Oh my gosh.
from
Yeah.
this? So here you're seeing this was the direct that started. It played yesterday, and sort of the big reveal we got here at the beginning was Castlevania.
Yeah.
Which was actually leaked the night before, and I kind of cheated and I looked at it myself. And so I knew Castlevania was related at some point, but not to what degree. I thought we were going to get one character. We actually get two. And actually coming up here in a minute, you'll see.
Oh, no, I was so surprised. They straight up killed Luigi, and I was like, oh.
They did.
My God.
So right here in a second, Luigi straight up dies.
Just.
And Nintendo of Europe actually had to tweet, and they were like, hey, don't worry, he's actually not dead.
Right. Well, that same thing happened with Mario in the last one, too. The last preview. They're like, oh my God, they killed Mario. Oh my God, now they're killing.
So there's death from Castlevania, and
actually, yeah.
And Luigi's dead. Just like that.
The new Luigi's Mansion looks great.
It does. And then so coming in
good.
right after that is Simon Belmont, and then Richter Belmont as well, who's from Super Castlevania 4. So this is Simon right here. Simon lashes out.
And I am just so happy to see these characters finally come out, because it was kind of rumored before where people are saying, if you had to pick a character to come back into Smash or a new character to add, he was one of the higher requested ones, of course, with Waluigi.
I can definitely understand Simon being a more classic Castlevania character. However, I was surprised. I thought they might have gone with Trevor Belmont just because to help promote the Netflix show that's been going on. So I was kind of surprised that Trevor didn't make the cut.
I'm actually really okay with it because I feel like Richter definitely doesn't get as much attention as he deserves.
I love Richter Belmont. He's one of my favorites.
He's a fantastic character.
And he's been in hiding for so many years.
Exactly. And then Simon Belmont, if you have to pick anyone of the Belmont family, he's usually my go-to.
Simon Belmont, yeah.
Exactly.
It's the default.
Yeah, because he's like that typical He-Man type character that's just so butch and like overly masculine. It's almost like jokey. And but one mechanic I'm really happy to see come back is the kind of like the rope dart, the chain, that kind of similar to Sheik's old chain. I'm so happy.
That was one thing too that was a lot of fun, especially like in Super Castlevania, was if you were having trouble with an enemy, you could throw your whip, hold it, and then just kind of flail it around.
Yeah.
So like you can do that in the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah. When we were watching the direct together as a group, and one person commented, "It's that big dick swing," and I was like, "Please stop."
I mean, that's not. So yeah, right about here, we're gonna see Richter come in and save Simon's butt.
And
from impending doom.
As far as gameplay goes, these two characters are Echo Fighters, and that's a new, pretty much a new terminology, a new addition to the game that they have implemented. So an Echo Fighter is essentially, it is more or less verbatim the same move set with a couple different tweaks and different costume options.
So a slight different feel, but if you know one character pretty well, you can sort of play the other one too.
Exactly,
and pretty safely be comfortable with them.
Similar to how people would play Lucina or Marth and say, oh my gosh, they are like the same mechanic, just different outfits. And again, like different hitboxes here and there, like small tweaks. But for the most part, they are exact replicas. And that's where that term Echo Fighter comes from, because while they are not the exact same copy, they are extremely similar.
Sure.
So I think I like that they're calling it as it is, because when you had things like Bayonetta and Zero Suit,
right,
it looked like verbatim the same character.
Exactly.
For their like base movesets, but their special moves were obviously very different.
Right. So one thing that was interesting, the night before the Direct came out, Masahiro Sakurai, who's sort of the head developer for Smash, he tweeted and said, "Don't mind my red eyes in tomorrow's Direct. I'm just really tired." And if you know Sakurai, you know he works his butt off on this series to the point of he's going to kill himself, because he has the typical Japanese businessman work ethic of just, I gotta go till I finish. And it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of sad because he's he's working his butt off, and I feel like in some ways people are never satisfied. Oh my goodness, yeah. Especially with like Waluigi, the whole Waluigi stink. Yeah, no, I kind of just don't want to see him in the game now because of that. Because I'm like, because Sakurai has just delivered over time and time again. I was kind of hoping that they would use Waluigi as a punching bag or something just to upset everybody. So I mean, you can kind of see it right here in his eyes. I mean, the man's tired. The man needs a vacation. No, my favorite thing on the internet involving Smash at the moment is his picture, and it says in the caption, "Never ask me for anything again." Yeah, that's pretty accurate, because he's giving us everything he could possibly give us at this point. And it's crazy because we have all this information and we're still 4 months out. The game doesn't come out till December. We're only in August, which is crazy. We still have 4 more months. And I honestly thought with the original release, like that was it. He's literally bringing back every single character. What more could we want? Right, and he's still doing this. And then they actually released a few more Echo Fighters in this, plus another one, and which we'll one thing I definitely wanted to bring up too is when you saw Dracula and Alucard were in the game as well. They actually brought back the original monsters too. So you saw the mummy, Frankenstein, a werewolf. So those are considered like field bosses, similar to with Mega Man. How you could it's either like an event that you do or a stage that you fight on. If it's not in Omega and it has the interactive bits, you fight these bosses while also fighting your Smash game. So it's kind of an additional element. Right. And this is Belmont's final Smash, and I just think it is beautiful. So extra. I love it. I relate on That's the beauty of it. On a personal level. This looks phenomenal. So this is one of the new stages that they're going to be bringing in. Right. And the detail in it is just insane, and it's so interactive. They'll show as you go through here, like everything changes as you're moving. Like the glass in the background breaks, the statues move, characters reappear. It is just the coolest thing. And speaking of stages, they've now, so with the Omega forms and everything else, we have 103 stages total. Yeah. Which is an insane amount. They actually showcase a little bit. I think the last, and speaking of here, they're showing off the soundtrack here. So Castlevania alone has 34 music tracks. Yeah, and this game. We'll get a final head count on exactly how many tracks we're going to get so far in this new game. But that's the other thing too, is just the amount of music and the different accompaniments they're going to have is insane. And look at this, is just the detail on a background character, not even an actual fighter in the game, and it is just so fantastic. And I'm really curious to see the amount of data that just the music takes up. Oh my goodness, because the amount of tracks they have in this game are going to be insane. Absolutely. If they have 34 from just Castlevania, I want to know how much are from Mario, Zelda. I mean, it's going to be a massive number. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then I would say Smash absolutely never fails to go so far and beyond with the detail. These moves that these characters are using, both in the background, like Dracula as the boss, and then Alucard, as you can see here, are actual movesets from their games. Right. But it's not just like, an inspired move. Like, it is exactly how, I mean, of course, Castlevania is not quite as up-to-date as Smash Brothers, but I feel like if this were the actual game, it is just so nostalgic of what it actually is in its own game. I'm kind of sad that Alucard didn't make the cut as a playable, but, they gave me Richter Belmont, which... That makes up for it, I think. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because Symphony of the Night is probably my favorite. And I think that's sort of for a lot of people. Yeah, I would say so. I can't really say I was really huge into Castlevania. It's now getting more into the after seeing this, I'm kind of ready to just go on a binge and just buy them all. I own a couple of them already, but I'd have no issue marathoning some Castlevania games after this came out. Yeah, absolutely.
And this is where you're just kind of explaining the new Echo Fighters, but now we're going to have
some more Echo Fighters coming out. I don't remember all of them. There were a couple.
This is my favorite right now. This is Marth, or Crom.
Best boy.
Crom coming back, finally. I saw the funniest thing today. So if you guys remember from the last Smash 4, when you saw Crom's introduction, he's on the ground, Lucina's defending him against Captain Falcon. The meme that came out today was Crom coming up to Captain Falcon with like this bloodlust in his eyes. He goes, "Do you remember me?"
Do you remember me? Yeah. Because that was such a tease in the last game, was because you saw him and you're like, oh, there he is, he's going to be in the game, and he never was.
Yeah, well, no, even then, because they kind of even slapped you in the face a little further by saying, oh, yeah, he's in Robin's final Smash.
Right. Like, yeah, he's sort of in the game. Yeah.
Right, no. And like,
so now he is truly in the game. As much as I love his character, I think there's too many Fire Emblem characters.
There's too many.
There were too many before him.
There are too many sword wielders for Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem in general has an amazing lineup of characters.
It does.
But the Lord class
ratio
sword wielder, yeah, that is way overdone at this point.
And then here we've got Dark Samus.
Yes, and I was hoping for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's an easy addition. Again,
yeah, that's true. And I mean, Metroid I think is underrepresented.
I feel like Metroid's going to make this really big comeback. So now they were doing that re-release of the series, or they're kind of like revamping some of the older games.
Right, and Prime 4 was announced last year.
Yeah.
So they're working on that, so that should be pretty good.
I mean, I would love to see more representation in Metroid in general, just because I feel like similar to Fire Emblem, like no one even knew what Fire Emblem was until Smash Brothers really came out, and you saw Roy and Marth.
Yeah, these characters speaking Japanese and
right. But by the time that by the time Smash came out, they were already on their 7th game. So
right.
It's one of those things.
And what was interesting too was, especially when Awakening came out, was that was going to be the last game in the series.
Yeah.
Because they were like, it's not doing that great in the West at all. No one's acknowledging it. We'll just put this game out and be done with it. And it ended up saving the franchise, revitalizing it, and now Fire Emblem has turned into one of the biggest IPs Nintendo's had in the last decade.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I'd say, it's because I always make this joke about Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem is a series that is near and dear to my heart. But I'm like, oh, it's like War, but it's also a dating app.
Yeah.
You have to pair your partner off, and there's like a social ranking you can do.
There's two aspects of it.
Yeah, essentially the game is a strategy turn-based game where
it's a strategy turn-based dating simulator.
Exactly.
More or
it's like you have to get your two characters to line up on the battlefield, have them talk a little bit, and then just annihilate the rest of the field. And
and then the better friends they become, the stronger their attack is.
Yeah.
Because that's how war works.
Exactly. It's like if you can't fight for your friends, then who can you fight for?
Exactly. Like Ike said. So then after showing off the Echo Fighters, we get a little bit into stages. So they talk about the 103 plus stages. And then what's really cool here is the morphing of the stages.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well then we're going to see some really good classics come back here right now too. Like again, one I'm personally excited for just because I'm biased and my own favorites, Peach's Castle.
Yes, I was very excited for that.
Yes, Pokemon. Oh my god, that I cannot wait for.
Now what's cool with the Nintendo 64 stages is they're going to try to keep them as close to the original sort of aesthetic as they can for the nostalgia factor.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, obviously we have a whole lot going on here, so it's going to be hard to match everything to a T.
Right.
And if you guys haven't seen this before, your mind is about to be blown when it happens. Because I got actual, like I almost kind of went back to a very dark place in my mind when I saw this stage come back and this happened. When this happened, I was like, I've lost too many good men to that fish.
Yep.
Oh, and the Pokemon too. They're definitely they're gonna. So later on in this direct, they do go over some of the new Pokemon editions, and yeah, it's just it's so good. And the new assist trophies too. We got a couple of new assist trophies.
Yeah, I was mad when they showed off Zero. Only because I was like, oh, "There's my boy," and then I was like, "Oh wait."
But at the same time, I kind of get it because now you're crossing into Marvel vs. Capcom little bit territory, and I feel like that's kind of where you got like with Alucard too. It goes more in that direction because I was really taken back when we announced Ryu as an actual character. It really kind of pulled away. Even Cloud.
I do love having New Donk City here too.
Oh
I think
my
that's
gosh,
a great addition.
yes! And then the song. Oh my goodness, I lost it when I saw.
I might have bought that song on iTunes.
When I play Odyssey, that's really when it's like pick your track for the area. Yeah, you can like activate the fighters.
I was listening to Nintendo Voice Chat, which is IGN's Nintendo podcast, and the host of it was talking about, he was angry because the song was in it, and the reason he hated it was because if you look at 2017 E3, Nintendo's booth was New Donk City. And they played that song on loop for 4 days straight.
Oh no.
IGN's booth was right next to them. So he heard it for 4 days straight. He was tired of it.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about, where they are kind of revamping the stages, but keeping it very nostalgic as to what you remember from like Melee and Brawl.
Saffron City, here we go. I love this stage.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And the original Hyrule Castle.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about a classic right there. Oh my gosh.
Dreamland, also good. But that wasn't the last one. That was some.
Oh yeah, we got some pretty good news, Donkey Kong style, in this direct too. But I definitely want to
here they're
review
counting the numbers of stages plus the DLC. Here's Smash Ultimate, skyrocketing. Keep going. 103 compared to.
And we're looking at 103 so far.
That's got to be. There's no way there's more.
I mean, like you see with the DLC content and everything, you never know.
That's true.
And I really do feel like with them putting Ultimate on the title, I really feel like they're going to pull out all the stops for this one.
Because they did say that they wouldn't have every single stage from every other game.
Right.
But they're pushing it
as speaking of Fire Emblem, like, that one is amazing.
Yeah, and you can turn off stage hazards now. Such as here, you got Yellow Devil on the Mega Man stage, who's a classic Mega Man boss. If you don't want to deal with him in the middle of a fight, just turn that off. Oh yeah, also the chronologically ordered stages, how they were added to the series,
which I feel like is fantastic.
Yeah, I also saw the 64 Peach's Castle on there. I really love that stage too, so I'm excited to see that one come back.
Oh yeah, no, there's already people who have already broken down this direct and analyzed every single screenshot they've taken.
As they should.
So this is what we're talking about, where the stage morphs from one to another.
Right, so this is something that's definitely going to be sort of I would imagine sort of a party-only type.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. This is because honestly, with this new game, I don't know how it's going to change the competitive field.
See, I don't think something like that's going to be in the competitive side. I think it's going to be too distracting.
I mean, at the same time, it's not super hectic as long as you don't have items and hazards on.
That's true.
So it just kind of feels...
Hey, Mike is here. Is Mike here? Let's pause this for a second.
How's it going?
Is that Michael?
Is that Mike?
Yes.
I mean,
doing
Mike's right
great
here.
Job tonight. I'm proud of y'all. I just want to let y'all know FetishCon is going great. We've been getting a lot of coverage. I got some interviews lined up tomorrow and some surprises for y'all coming next week.
Some surprises.
Ooh, I like surprises.
Who's getting whipped next week?
Are you going to be here tomorrow, Dina?
Probably not. Life got crazy.
Oh.
Sorry.
But yes, we have some interviews lined up. Comic book artist George Perez is here, so I'm hoping to get about 5-10 minutes with him and get an interview done with him tomorrow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh,
and there's a lot of awesome vendors out at FetishCon this weekend. It's hard to hear y'all. It's really loud out here. We're getting ready to do the pool party.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry that we're interrupting your pool party.
They working hard or hardly working.
Some of us have jobs to do here in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
There's some of these outfits. I've seen people dressed as puppy dogs, rabbits, people tied up walking around. It's very full latex outfits.
So
y'all
troopers.
should see my wonderful outfit.
Oh yeah.
I might take a photo and premiere it next week.
Ooh, we're getting spoiled.
Are you trying to beat joysticking? Is that what's happening here?
This is definitely a joysticking outfit for you, Hunter.
Ooh.
No, it ain't for me. I think John said he wants a little bit of joystick action.
Oh no. Listen, I wasn't
But we also may have a sponsor. I don't want to reveal the names or anything yet, but we've been talking to somebody today. They do some really healthy drinks that actually taste really good.
I'm
and
down
they're
for
looking
healthy
at
drinks
being a
that taste
sponsor
good.
for us.
Absolutely, because you got to hydrate after your BDSM
I'm going to talk to them tomorrow more and see what we can do.
Oh my goodness, well that's awesome. Good job,
cool.
Mike.
So
I just want to call. Y'all are doing a good job. I can't wait to be back in the studio next week with y'all.
Absolutely. Really quick, Mike, did you get a chance to watch the Nintendo Direct about Super Smash Brothers?
Not yet. My service out here is really spotty. This place is like packed with people. Think of a local con like, let me think, Chaotic Con, Shadow Con times 5.
Oh yeah,
There's
one of the
there's
hotels
a
in downtown.
good amount of people here for a Friday. It's like
That's
really
awesome.
packed.
That's cool.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to
and
the fun.
Actually, in front of me, I don't know who they're with, but they're doing a podcast like 10 feet away from me right now.
Go crash it.
Tell them that Nerd Talk can beat up their podcast.
Exactly. Go challenge
Be like,
them
my
to a
podcast can beat
battle.
up your podcast.
Exactly.
Yes, I think we can.
Just go like slip a business card.
We may have to stream our show next year live from here. Other people are doing it. I think it'd be fun.
We're all gonna be tied up.
There we go. Exactly.
Like Kinky Tech Warp Night. Oh yeah, we could tie Hunter up.
There you go. Exactly. We can
Sure.
show the audience exactly what joysticking means.
Exactly.
Exactly.
A little too well.
Oh my goodness.
So I just want to check in. Y'all are doing a great job. I will see y'all next week in the studio.
All right, we'll see
Cool,
you,
Mike.
Michael. Thanks for
Have
calling.
fun.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.
Don't catch anything.
All right. So now it's like I feel like I'm like a responsible parent. I'm like, okay, he's checked in. He's having a
He
good
checked
time.
in. Little Mikey's doing
He's all right.
okay.
He's gonna come home with
Ironically,
some new
he's the
friends.
oldest one of the bunch. He's the
I
old man of the
know.
group, but
That I will never not be a mama bear at times to some people, though. I
No.
will always be that person.
one of those people.
Always one of those people.
Yes, I brush my teeth. Yes, I wash my hair.
Did you change your underwear, Ash?
No.
No, Mom. I'm a Pokemon master. Oh,
Okay,
my
so that was interesting. I'm very curious to see what he has in store next week.
I'm a little scared to see what he's going to come
Little
back
scared. I think I should be more scared than you.
with. Probably because he's probably going to come back with like a custom paddle that says like joysticking on it.
but- Oh no.
Oh man, yeah.
He's gonna come in and just say bend over, and I'm like, no, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. Oh God, it's going to be a good time.
So
Just know that everyone here has consented. We'll get waivers. We'll get waivers.
I don't consent.
Consents nothing. Being held
Anyway.
against your will.
Back to Smash.
Yeah, smash. You're smashing
Hey,
with Mike.
Who's smashing?
Are you smashing with Mike?
I ain't smashing Mike. You
Joysticking
smashing Mike?
is smashing with Mike.
Are you smashing Mike? I ain't smashing Mike.
But directly back to the direct. So
Smashing
yeah.
with a baseball bat. So anyway, let's get back to our little direct conversation here.
Jump back into it.
Yes, please, sir. There we go.
So yeah, for mood music for when you're
For
smashing.
mood music when you're busy smashing. So here's one part they sort of showcase. So they're showcasing off all the music tracks. I think they're underestimating the size of the Switch, because they're like, oh yeah, just shove it in your bag and use it as an MP3 player. And I'm like, this isn't as convenient as a cell phone. Like, it's not. I can't shove a
Yeah,
Switch in
so-
my pocket.
This is what they're talking about with how many music tracks they have. More than 800 tracks.
So just a couple.
It's like Smash iTunes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Roughly 900. So, maybe 20 minutes worth of music.
Oh, no. They said 28 hours
28
worth
hours.
of music. And I've already, because if you guys don't know, my boyfriend Mark, he is absolutely obsessed with this game. So I'm like, you are never getting the aux cord ever again. Because every time I guarantee you
It'll
turn on
be
the car,
Smash.
Smash music. Hey, can you turn on some music while we're cleaning?
There's
Smash
worse things
music.
out there. Have you ever heard country?
Oh, no. No, we're not going to go there. There's country-esque styles in here. There's a little bit of something for
A little
everybody.
Animal Crossing, a little twang.
A little twang twang. I would rather listen to KK Slider than any actual country song ever.
Also,
And that's just
true.
like noise. It's not even words.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness. No, but so as you can see, it's categorizing each series.
And you can build your own playlists. There you go, workout tunes.
Exactly.
That's
so,
what I need when I'm at the gym for 5 minutes. I get tired.
Yeah, so I want to be that cool kid on the block with my headphones in.
So yeah,
and
here's the thing.
switch.
It's like, oh yeah, just plug in your headphones, put it in your bag, and roll around town. And I'm like,
There you
that's
go.
not.
Yeah, hair flip it, girl. Yes,
That's
work.
not. One thing I thought that was funny that I sort of realized at E3 while I was traveling is the Switch doesn't have built-in Bluetooth.
No, it does not.
So you can't have wireless headphones.
Yeah, you
So-
have to have
Yeah.
an actual
so
like
I don't,
plug-in
I don't
for
think
it.
we're going to see too many people doing that.
You say this, and yet I know my people. They will.
Well,
They will.
Well, we'll see.
I mean,
Here- here's one thing that I know a friend of mine is a huge fan of, change with the rules. You can now default to stock,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have to change every
The time,
you don't have to go from time to stock every single match.
Yeah, because you have no idea how many times people get too eager and they go to fight and the timer runs out and it's like a really good one-on-one.
I really like Stamina Battle.
Yeah.
That was an old, that started in Melee that I really liked. So I'm glad to see that's now a standard battle option making a comeback.
Oh yeah, and then, so they'll go into it too, but the sudden death has changed quite a bit too.
Oh yeah, yep.
And it just, we'll get into that when we get there too.
Yeah, so you see here, you have the choose stage first now. Which I don't know exactly what the reason why that was.
So if you guys ever seen that meme of the dog, this is fine. Everything's on fire. Literally everything's on fire. There's no pressure. It's just sinking in on you.
And your heart's already beating fast enough as it is. They're like, hey, let's make the camera zoom in to get your anxiety just a little, little more.
And
this is cool. A friend of mine who's very big into fighting games, he's like, this sort of turns it into like a more standard fighting game to have a meter build up as you fight to then unleash an ultimate. That's much more akin to something like Street Fighter or something like that.
Right, and it is toned down from like what the Smash Ball would normally give you.
Right.
But this is where it's going to get hectic, where you guys go back to back constantly with the final smashes.
They were smart there and said no two final smashes will occur simultaneously. That'll help.
Oh my goodness!
Break down the chaos.
Absolutely.
So then we go into a couple new battle modes. Squad Strike. So it's a little bit of a it's sort of like doing a tournament.
They have definitely geared this game more towards the competitive player, which is, I feel like that's their niche. They have to do that because they kind of...
Which is, I think Sakurai fought it for so long because he didn't want it to be competitive.
Right. Look at that. Look at that look, Mario.
That was a great Mario. He was like, no, it's not a competitive game. It's a like a family approachable party game.
Right.
And so now I think he's trying to sort of meet in the middle. And he's like, okay, this is still approachable. Anyone can play it. But now...
Oh, now this mode I'm extremely excited about. So the idea behind this one is you guys pick your players. You can either do random or select that player. You fight it out, but then once that player goes, you cannot select them again. So when you have those one-trick ponies that it's like Ike or nothing...
If you're good with one character, you're not going to survive in this.
Exactly. So you could be a jerk and go pick that person's main character, or
also true, yeah.
You can also hoard it till the end and try to win it all. This is one of I'm actually the most excited for this mode right here. So it is in like an extremely in-depth training mode. It goes all the way to projectile ranges and to frame rate. So you can see the exact frame rate that it takes your character to move. And then if you're say you're charging one of the side smashes, it actually shows you the pathway that you can go down, so you can actually angle your shots a lot more precisely.
That's something that I think the pros are going to be spending a lot of time in.
Oh my goodness, no! I've already
getting it down to a frame and.
Yeah, no. There's if you look on YouTube or anywhere else, there's like any kind of like tournament style conversation.
Right. They're
already doing that on their own without that mode. So having that readily available, I feel like is going to even the playing field and advance people's knowledge on the game a lot. So I think we're going to see a lot more of new techniques and new.
And there we also saw real quick classic mode.
This was so good. I'm just going to let this video explain itself.
Everyone likes a exploding banana.
Oh my goodness, yeah, because the banana peel was always a thing, where you just pick it up and you throw it. But now you have an actual banana gun.
Now it's a gun.
But it still works as a banana peel. I love it so much.
So now it's a two...
So the Killing Edge is also another weapon from Fire Emblem. That is the most powerful sword in the game, pretty much. Like, that's the most common weapon that's not a character-specific weapon. And then this.
That's what killed Luigi.
Exactly. Let's give a small child Death's actual scythe.
Ness is an evil, evil boy.
Right, though.
Now, what is step? Its power increases the farther you are. So if you hit an enemy from the opposite end of the stage,
it doesn't do hardly anything. That is going to suck, the reverse controls.
The higher your damage, the stronger it gets. Okay, so that's useful in a pinch.
Right, so some of these items are very, like, specific. And most of the times, I don't know, with myself, especially if you're doing like 8-player Smash, you just do not touch items half the time. So it just kind of depends on how you play the game. This, I'm so excited. We have a Alolan Pokemon, but you can actually, wait, you'll see, especially the Bayonetta made me so happy. You climb up freaking Executor.
That poor, well, yeah, he don't care. He's smiling.
He's good. He's good. Abra is a jerk. Like, what? No.
Oh, the disc is back. That's okay.
Like, jerk.
Bye, DDD.
And, of course, they had to bring in the legendaries.
As is tradition.
And then they had to just go ahead and make me the happiest person ever and put in one of my favorite Pokemon that you'll see in a minute. But yeah, it's like, yes, Mimikyu was one of my favorites too. Just merciless.
That's...
And it's not even like, oh, you might not die. No, it straight up kills you. There's no way out of it.
I've been so out of the loop with Pokemon lately.
My babies! I'm so happy about Vulpix being there. A little miffed there's no Ninetales, but I'll live.
Yeah, well, you know.
Whatever. But yeah, no, the Pokemon moveset has definitely gotten pretty interesting.
That's
Ditto
beautiful.
was, oh my god, my mind was blown.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh my god, that's so handy. I mean, depending on, I think they have full, and then you had to go in and break your heart.
I miss Zero.
He just appears and just runs away. Oh. I think it's okay. I honestly feel like it's okay to not have Zero.
I mean, I feel like you should put X in first before. Granted, I love Zero more than X, but it would make sense to have X in there.
If you had X as an Echo Fighter, I think it would work.
Yeah.
I mean, again, but those are very different movesets for the characters themselves, so I don't know how that would work mechanic-wise. Crystal, I was excited to see, too. I feel like Star Fox had a lot of representation for the most part.
Claptrap would be good, yeah.
And I was really surprised it took them this long to bring her in.
Good old Captain.
We're just
Poor
going to
Mario.
the next town.
See ya. Chef Kawasaki from Kirby.
Oh my goodness. All the cute.
All the cute.
Gray Fox I was really excited to see too.
I was not expecting Gray Fox.
No, not even a little. I mean, again, like Ocelot would have been another one. I was like, what?
Nikki from, was that PictoChat?
Yeah, no, I didn't really recognize.
She was like a little mascot that they used to sort of represent the software. Shovel Knight, of course, is a huge one.
But I remember when watching the direct the first time, I was like, Nikki, who the hell are you?
And don't forget the moon.
This was unnecessary because I'm like,
that gives me anxiety.
Talk about overkill. Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Bomberman.
So we're going to see a pretty
Ashley.
interesting one really quick here. This one I was not expecting either. And honestly, I'm a little over
Iffy?
these random crossovers.
Yeah. It's kind of like, why?
Yeah, because I saw like Monster Hunter did a thing with Final Fantasy. That works because their game mechanics are extremely similar.
Yeah.
Their graphics are right on the same par.
Their realms are sort of, the same.
Absolutely. Like you can look at the two games and I understand this crossover. Even having the Dark Souls dragon in Mario Odyssey, where they put it and the whole 9 yards, like that worked for what it was. This looks so out of place.
It's just weird.
It looks so weird. Like I don't know if I can handle a dragon actually eating Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby would eat him back, let's be honest.
I'm not going to lie. I really feel like the Monster Hunter thing is very much kind of
So right here, people are trying to decode. So this is the main menu.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see there, so the green there is blurred out. That's supposed to be the last sort of hidden mode that they haven't revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Some people apparently actually unblurred it, and they think it says spirits, as if to say, because like if you've been watching these trailers, Mario's dead, Luigi's dead, Mega Man's died. So they're killing off all these characters in all the trailers. And so they think that there's something that's leading up to there.
That's an interesting. I haven't really
that's
heard
the big
that theory.
I've heard.
I haven't heard. I'll have to look into that one. Actually, just because earlier today I was rewatching all of the Smash reveal trailers from the previous one where they're doing one character at a time or a couple grouping of characters at a time. And they went above and beyond on those trailers and those reveals. Mm-hmm. So I'm really surprised they have not done more with it as far as like an actual like mini production. Even like the Palutena and Pitts trailer that was full anime style and it was gorgeous.
I need a full show of that.
Yeah,
I don't know where that is yet, but I need it.
And I think it was the last one where you had the two characters from Pitt's game. I always forget.
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus. I don't know. I always forget that name. But from Kid Icarus, they had two of the characters actually explaining, like in training mode, if you hit a certain, it was like a secret command, but the two characters would pop up and actually do like an analysis on each of the characters.
Oh yeah, that was Palutena and Pitt. They would talk to each other.
No, there was another one. It was another girl.
They have another one too?
There was another female character. It was like the one that's
okay.
more
Because Palutena used to tell Pitt, oh, that's
right. Like
that's
be careful. This one, he has this. Yeah. He's a Hyrulean warrior. Da da da.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was Oh my goodness, she's another she's like a demi or like a demigod or something like that.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, but she's extremely sassy and is continuously sassing Pitt. She's like, you dummy, he uses this ability. You got to watch out for that. He's gonna cream you. Like
Kid Icarus, the 3DS one, what was it, Uprising?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? That's one of the greatest unplayable games ever.
Unplayable game.
The greatest unplayable. Everything about it is amazing, but I hate the way it controls.
Oh yeah, just the gameplay itself? Or?
Right. Like everything else around it, I think is awesome, but the actual like mechanic of the gameplay, I can't stand it.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Final Fantasy 13 for the longest time. It's like it's the best game you're not playing.
And Skyward Sword.
And because it was mostly cutscenes.
They gave the greatest plot to the worst gameplay, and they put them together.
Yeah, no.
Miyamoto, please.
Choices were made.
Don't do this to me.
Don't do this to me. Now, choices were definitely made. I think there's really only one major reveal left in that direct.
Yeah, so if we can go back to the direct real quick, see where we're at. Okay, Sakurai's still shooting the breeze. But of course, there's always a surprise and always a twist.
Exactly, yeah. Because you're sitting here like, okay, I got this. It's cool. There's going to be another surprise.
It's like, okay, yep, okay, there's Mario, Zelda, yeah, okay, yep. And
again, I'm really excited to see Ridley's play. Like,
yes. I tried playing him at E3. Didn't know what I was doing.
I don't know, Steve. Because I don't even think that he's going to be really comparable to anyone else.
I really want a new Donkey Kong game. Like a Donkey Kong 64 2.
Yeah, like an actual reboot or something. Like, it would be awesome. Oh my god, I love him so
This
much.
right here was so mean.
Right? You're like, oh my god, everyone knows who this is.
You're like, oh
Everyone
my gosh, it's King K. Rool. Oh my gosh, he's finally in. Oh, wait, it's just stupid King Dedede.
The faces, though. Oh my god, I love it.
And then he's crying, laughing because he just pranked them and all of us, and we're like, oh, wait.
Welcome to Florida.
There's the real one. Welcome to Florida, King K. Rool.
To get permanent residency in Florida, you must be.
And this was incredible because people voted with the Wii U Smash. There was a poll, a character poll. King K. Rool was one of the top entrants, and of course didn't make it in at the time. But
yeah, which again, I mean, at the time I was also like kind of against seeing Bayonetta in the game because I felt the same way. I was like, no, she
kind of out of place.
Well, yeah, I'm like out of place, and I'm just like, honestly, I don't. It just didn't like. As a diehard fan of Bayonetta, I was really concerned that she wasn't going to be represented correctly. I was a fool.
Yes, yes, very much so. But what's funny is I follow Greg Mails on Twitter, who is he's one of the heads over at Rare at the time. Rareware. He actually designed King K. Rool, and he tweeted out, he was like, if you had told me 25 years ago that King K. Rool had been a Smash, I would have spent more than 5 minutes coming up with his name. And then what's really cool here at the end is they update the big art piece that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So now they so here's the big art piece, and then they go and they start filling in the gaps. So there's Simon, and then you got Richter over here, and Chrom, and then Dark Samus pops up, and then King K. Rool.
They would put next to Bowser.
And there's still some gaps in there. There's still some small gaps here and there. So. And that was where it ended, and that was another. And it was kind of funny. Everyone was kind of mad when they first announced the direct, just because the way E3 was handled. It was kind of a direct, and so everyone was like, "Really? Do we need another one so soon?" Because they were like, "We just got a direct at E3 because it was 30 minutes of Smash," but that was all good information that I think. Was important.
And quite frankly, for E3, the fact that they had such a full-scale sample already ready to go, like they already had a couple of fighters and pretty much more or less a full game of what you can expect in the actual gameplay ready to go that soon without really saying anything prior is crazy.
The one downside that I have to the way they're handling Smash nowadays, I understand that it's one of, if not their biggest IP nowadays. And it's a system seller. It's what you buy a game for. The issue I have nowadays is they've taken all mystery out of it.
Yeah.
So you look back at like Melee or stuff, to unlock a character, it's like, oh, that was a big deal because you either found it out on accident or you had to grind for it, and then you didn't know who you were getting. Now you just kind of like, here's everybody.
Well, I feel like that kind of goes along with that whole competitive idea where people want to know what their main's going to be in the whole 9 yards, and people have gotten so, I guess you want to call it high stress over it. Because I know, like, I started really getting into Smash Brothers during Melee, like, because that was when I had my
As
GameCube.
did everybody.
Yeah, it was, you know.
And they never left.
Pretty
and
much,
they still
yeah.
play Melee.
So, like, there's a lot of things about Melee that I've missed, about character reveals, like doing the special events, unlocking different things here and there, and having, like, when you have no idea what an anxiety attack is until you see that caution sign pop up or a new challenger has
new
appeared.
challenger approaching. You're like, oh, what is happening?
What's happening?
Right. That has all been sort of just scrapped away. Which
Yeah.
I get. They want to hype up the game as much as possible, and by doing so, they're going to sell way more copies. I get it, but there's an aspect. I almost hope that when the game does release in December, there's still something there that people are like, oh, did you know about this? Because they don't announce it, and there's still something small in there that is a secret.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I feel like, again, that's kind of where people who are more the competitive circuit will come up with these new techniques and different things to share.
Right.
That creates more of that sense of community about it. Unfortunately, I feel like that's something that has changed so much in games in general now, is if it's not DLC or already spoiled before you even get the game, then it's not even a surprise anymore, because like even like I think so far playing Octopath Traveler is the current obsession for myself right now. And that one, even like just looking on Instagram, people are posting screenshots of character conversations, and I'm already getting that story before I'm not even looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even looking for it. It's just kind of happening. So I just feel like that's kind of how it's all changed, especially with anything that's kind of story based or anything like that. It's just kind of how people communicate online. I do miss the story modes from Super Smash Brothers, though.
Right. I really hope that there's an adventure mode, in sort of like either Subspace Emissary from Brawl or what was the one that Melee had?
I think it was just adventure mode.
Adventure. Yeah, it was just adventure mode. Yeah. I'd really love to see that come back.
Yeah, no, because it kind of brought in different elements of different stages. Brawl had a good idea, but that story went on.
Yeah, no, it definitely went on for too long.
It was for so long.
But I think if they were to fine tune that a little bit, that could be a really cool.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And then speaking, of course, of online everything, they announced today that the second half of September will be the launch of their online service. So if you want to play Smash online with your friends, it's going to cost you now.
Right.
So the free online aspect of the Switch will be coming to an end next month. But again, compared to your Xbox and your PlayStation, it's $20 for a year.
Right.
Which I get it. Yeah, that's still more money out of your pocket, but it could be worse.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know we kind of talked about this before, where I just feel like it's kind of insane that we already have to pay. We're already paying for internet connection regardless.
Right.
And now we have to pay for services for games we were spending $60 on consoles we spent $300 on. It's just, it's.
I get that it all piles up, but at the same time, I sort of also believe you get what you pay for, and at least I hope, by having some money come in to their online infrastructure, it'll improve, because Nintendo has always been the freebie for online, and they've always been the weakest.
Oh my goodness,
They've always had the worst online issues. Now, Mario Kart 8 so far, Deluxe, has been solid.
I've been playing Fortnite on Switch occasionally, and it's been fine. As long as my Wi-Fi connection is great, it's
But I think if there's anything that were sort of to be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Switch, it's going to be Smash.
Yeah,
that's probably going to be the online game that's just going to...
Oh yeah, no, people, I've definitely seen people just switch out their consoles completely for Smash on its own. Like, people dropped GameCube to go to Wii,
for Smash.
Yeah, and then Wii to Wii U.
And then back to GameCube because
they realized their fatal error. And then they started making adapters. That too is, I've actually seen the pricing of the controllers like skyrocket. They used to be like $8-10 for the GameCube controllers.
Yeah.
And now they're up to $30 to $40. But I did find some guy that is refurbishing them. Like, he'll buy older used controllers and totally remake them, like brand new, custom make them too. Sells them for like $14.
And one thing to note too with the Switch version, there is a limited edition of Smash coming out, just like they did with the Wii U. It comes with a steelbook. Also, it comes with the GameCube controller and the adapter. But of course, if you look at it, it's a European edition, but the Switch is region free.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yeah, you got to deal with importing it, but you can still play it and use it all you want.
Right, and if it's European, there's a good chance you can get it in English versus like the Japanese imports.
And that's something cool Nintendo's been doing recently in the past couple of years, is especially with the Pokemon games, is they just load every language into every version now.
Yeah.
Because I started I studied Japanese. I got lazy.
What, you?
Yeah,
no,
no,
never.
yeah, really. So what I did when I was playing Mario Odyssey was I switched the language to Japanese. You can just switch on the fly. So I'd switch it to Japanese, fumble along, try to figure out the heck.
Right.
And I was like, forget this and go back to English. That's the thing too nowadays is you can buy almost any Switch game, at least especially if it's a first-party title from Nintendo, and you can set the language to be whatever you want, regardless of where it comes from.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot easier than having like 3 preset languages and hoping for the best.
Right, just cross your fingers. You're like, I hope it's the English one.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. I almost took that risk when they had Bayonetta 1 and 2 coming out. I didn't know, like they only had European pre-orders at that time when they really were talking about it. And being such a diehard fan, I was like, I want to kind of risk it and go for it.
I'm still waiting for Bayonetta 2 to go on. Switch games don't go on sale.
No, not even, because like
Very
even
often.
like Pokemon Coliseum is still like $40. It's crazy. I've seen someone try to sell it for $40.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously you can get it cheaper.
Right.
But I'm sitting here like, what?
But I mean, the Switch games are just they're $60 and they're staying $60. They haven't come down at all.
The only time I got lucky was I got it a little bit cheaper because Toys R Us, and that was Mario Odyssey, and I got like $5 whole off of it. Took it and ran.
But see, there's so many Switch games I still want to play that I just haven't gotten around to because there's just no breaks for the price. I mean, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition still $60. Bayonetta 2.
Yeah.
I mean, they just.
I think I don't know if Fire Emblem Warriors went down at all because I know that one didn't.
I think that one went down because
well.
it didn't perform so well.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, you play Hyrule Warriors, you've played literally every other
played
version
one,
of
you've played them
Warriors.
all.
Yeah. To be correct, if you played Dynasty Warriors, you played all of them because that was the original there. But yeah, no, it's just kind of with the Switch games. I feel like it's going to be that way for a while. But I'm kind of glad because Nintendo, if you guys couldn't tell, I think we have a favorite in the household here.
What's a Nintendo?
Exactly, it's something you plug into your PlayStation.
How did I get this? What happened?
What is this? What am I even? But yeah, so I think I'm just happy to see Nintendo is prospering, honestly, and that they're doing well. And I feel like the whole crossplay thing they're trying to go for, I think it's not going to be a bad move. I think
No. And speaking of game prices, I think things are going to get worse for the consumer, only because. I think it was last month or a month before, Best Buy shut down their program, which was you paid $30 and for a year you got 20% off everything, any games. So they shut that down. Last week GameStop shut down their Elite Pro membership, and it's so now Amazon's the only one left, and they're going to see that they have no competition. They have no reason to discount those games, so they're probably going to cancel that. That's what everyone's saying. So it sucks because we had this period for a good 5 years where you were able to get games. A brand new game came out, you paid $47 instead of $60.
Right.
And now they're throwing that back out the window.
Yeah, and it is really unfortunate that kind of seems like the market's kind of always shifting that way.
Yeah, and of course we're also seeing the shift to digital now too. Of course,
Yeah.
a lot of digital, which I don't personally. I like physical.
Yeah, me
give me
too.
the cart, give me the box, because I want to own it myself, not.
Right. No, because like when you get like I got the digital download for the first Bayonetta with the second one.
Right.
And it's great because I have a physical copy and I don't have to have another one. But
Right.
I would have also liked to have two because I like to see I love to see the game stack grow.
Right.
So it's a weird thing.
And the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. It was Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. The first cart was. Let me see if I'm getting this right. One of them was physical and the other one was digital.
Right.
And I'm like, really? Why can't you just have both?
Right. Just our why can't
And
we
I
just do
think
3 in 1?
I think the Japanese version is both physical. It's the American version that got screwed.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right, as is
Although,
tradition.
one thing we haven't heard about as far as Smash is concerned is the amiibos, if they're going to continue that or not.
I'm sure they will.
I mean, I can see if they would
Because
just
there
add
have
on.
been new amiibo come out since the Switch, like for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
So I'm sure amiibo aren't going anywhere, but you're right, now that you mention it, we haven't seen any.
Well, because we have some character redesigns too going
Right.
on. And then, oh my God, that Ridley amiibo, that thing is going to weigh a ton. Oh my God. Because
It's going to be like a first four. Are you familiar with first four figures? Mm-hmm. Like their huge PVC resin,
Yeah.
$400. It's going to be one of those.
like
for
one of these
Ridley.
bad boys over there. Or what is it? Yeah, Batman, wherever he ran off to.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Or Michael here.
or Michael. But yeah, one fun story about that was I had a shelf of all my amiibos. Here's like one of those like little Walmart hookup shelves, like little cheapo things. And Bowser was on the end. And I was like, okay, yeah, we got this all set up here. And I put Bowser down. The whole shelf just topples.
Sounds about
and
right.
I go to catch him, and I got him, but the spikes are right in my hand. I was like, oh. But I was like, I caught it. Everything else fell. I was
He's
like, well,
bleeding through your hand, and you're like,
I got him.
I saved the money.
Exactly. I was like, he was the money. He was the new one. Him and Charizard were the biggest amiibos that I own. They're pains in the asses to display.
Well, we're a little short on time, but one thing I'd love to chat about, if not right now, next week, is the IGN controversy that happened this week, where a reviewer plagiarized his review for an indie game called Dead Cells. And this small-time YouTuber had 12,000 subscribers. He goes, hey, his name was Boomstick Gaming. He goes, he's like, IGN plagiarized my review. And he plays the two reviews side by side, and they were literally, I mean, at least half of it was just word for word.
Wow.
And so they fired the guy who hosted Nintendo Voice Chat, Philip Mewson, I believe is his name. IGN fired him. They released a statement. They took down the review. They're re-reviewing. It was a whole mess.
Wow. No, I didn't catch any of
happened
that.
this
Wow.
week.
We
Yeah.
should definitely bring that up for next week.
And I mean, within 24 hours, IGN sort of shut it down.
Yeah.
But
Still, though, something to be aware of, because you never know. When you have a small output like that, bigger
Yeah.
people can always take advantage of it. And if you don't catch it, no one will ever know.
what's cool though is Boomstick Gaming went from 12,000 when I checked last night. He has 56,000 subscribers now.
There you go.
So, you know.
All right, guys. Well, this has been the Hunter and Dina show.
Hunter and
version.
Dina hour, which is way better than the Hunter and Michael hour, let me tell you. It doesn't get any better than this. Hey, I want to say thank you all for watching.
And we will see you next week with some more fun, crazy stuff.
Hopefully we'll see what Michael has in store from FetishCon.
Scared.
I'm very, very scared.
We'll see you guys.